similar experience. For me, it was I was, really, really tired and stressed and really missing home to go back home to Hawaii. And it's been about 2 years. And after plane ticket, it kept failing, didn't work out. Something popped up. I couldn't go home to see my family. And then finally, when I thought I was going to be able to go home, uh, I got tested positive for COVID as well in the Philippines. So, and that was like the day right before I was going to fly out to see my family. And then I was also stressed. I was also feeling like, why is this happening? I wasn't praying. I was just doing a me thing, me life, right? So after I just realized that I wasn't actually like having symptoms, and then after time went by, I'm okay. I got to rebook a ticket, and then that one pushed through. But then that is when I went back home, that everything aligned up, and I really felt God was speaking to me. And I had that spiritual awakening in my life where I really sensed God's presence. And I realized that nothing's going to happen unless God wills it, and nothing's going to happen unless it's in God's timing. So the way I realized it is I believe God didn't allow me to go back home at that time because either he was protecting me from something, he was protecting me from going down a path in my life that he seen that I was going to go into, and he wanted to protect me, shifted it my life in a different direction. And I feel that similar to what you've experienced with this audition that didn't push through, and you kind of tested positive for COVID. It's kind of a bummer in the moment, but what we fail to realize is God knows so much more things that we don't. And the way I see it is he was protecting you from something. And then you mentioned yourself, you got to know who more about God in that time with him after. So it wasn't an accident. And I believe God's looking out after you.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But sometimes, like, I'm not, I mean, I'm human, so sometimes I
Yeah.
get tampo of like, why is this
Tampo.
happening to me? Like,
Bakit ka
I've been a
naman?
good
Bakit?
child. Kuya, I have
I
another
understand.
question for you. So, is there like any motivational song that you have in your head, or like, what's like that go-to song that you want to listen to while you're getting up in the morning and you're preparing?
Yeah. I love that you asked that because God can definitely encourage you and speak to you through music. I love the song Goodness of God by Bethel. Have you ever heard of it?
No, no, I
You
haven't, but
should
I'll
even sing
try.
that song. You should sing it for everyone one day. But it's a very soothing song. It's one that will kind of put you in a relaxed state of mind compared to being all hectic craziness, world throws all these things at you. It puts you at a peaceful state of mind, and it's very encouraging. Uh, and you can play with guitar or piano. And I'm actually trying to learn the song on guitar right now. So give me some more time and I'll perform for your show one day. But yeah, goodness of God.
Okay, is that the same as your like the one thing is, I mean, this is completely different, but what's like your one song that you would like to describe your life? Like, what's that one song that you have in mind that would actually say, "No, oh, this is what my life is about," besides the song that you
Ooh,
mentioned?
to describe my life.
Mm-hmm. In a
um,
song.
wow, I have never thought of that before. I can tell you another song that speaks to me the most spiritually. I don't know. Do you know 10,000 Reasons?
10,000 Reasons sounds familiar. By who?
Try to search that one
Sorry.
up. 10,000 Reasons. What? I just know the name of the song. Let me find out who sings it. It's a great song. It's by Matt Redman. Hmm, cool. Yeah, Matt
Oh, it's
Redman.
also a worship song.
It is also a worship song. If you're
Oh.
asking for a song that kind of describes me, I have no idea. I don't really listen to much songs that describe me. I
Actually,
don't
it's like
know.
one of those questions that's so vague, and it's something that you really need to reflect on before you actually answer it.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, that one I don't know. I'll get back to you on that one. But for now,
Okay.
10,000 Reasons.
Okay, Kuya. So there's another question here that I got from the tag thingy on Instagram. Uh,
You posted something for people with the drug questions, right?
yeah, I did,
Cool.
and this was
Did you
one
get
of
any?
them. What legacy would you want to leave in this world, or how would you like to be remembered as?
Somebody that uh, did their best to encourage others in their faith for Christ. I guess that's my answer for now.
Wow, it's like that one line, but it's impactful. It leaves a
Yeah.
strong. Okay. Oh my gosh, kinakabahan talaga ako pag nandiyan si Kuya Andre, guys. Grabe. Sorry, naglalag
How
ako yung
about
kita ko.
yourself?
I
If you could
actually
be
don't.
remembered with one line after you die, how would you want people to remember you?
Oh, that's that would definitely be the person who actually did everything for her family to do her best,
Mm,
like to be able to provide everything for them with whatever
nice.
it
That's
needs.
good. That's
Hmm.
good goals. I love it. Me too. For the family.
Okay, so besides the Bible verse that you mentioned a while ago, Kuya, there's another question. Question here. What's your favorite Bible verse as of the moment?
Mm, aside from Romans 8:28, which is my favorite, which goes, everything works for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. Aside from that one, I would say Psalms 23. As even though I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil. Your rod and your staff comfort me. And that's a verse that uh, just makes me feel the presence of God as he's my protector and my strength.
Oh, that's something that actually the Bible verses that you actually can pick up here, guys. It can be one of like your inspirational stuff that you can put on your phone or your notes whenever you feel
Absolutely.
down. It
Absolutely.
it really helps a lot. Like if I
It's
said
the
this,
best.
the phone is like something that you have all the time. So whenever you're stressed out, I'm pretty sure besides picking up the Bible, you could actually see on your phone, and then the lock screen is there,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it'll remind you right away. So that's like one of the tips if like you're having a hard time now in your life, most especially with the situation that we are all going through.
Hmm. I agree. I agree 100%. For my lock screen saver lock screen is the names of God. He in the original like Hebrew Bible, God has different names that people would call him, and each of them have a different meaning. Some would
Mhm.
be like, the Lord is your strength, or the Lord is your shield. Magan, Lord is your shield. So different sort of names. I would have the definition of each one as my screensaver. So good reminders.
That's cool, Kuya. I'm learning a lot from you. I'm picking up a lot.
Yay!
And the next question is, what's the most interesting thing that you have found out about this week?
Hmm. What's the most interesting thing that I have found out about this week? Mind over emotions. I would say training your mind to have control rather than letting your emotions uh, rule you. Because if you think about it, our emotions change all the time. So if you are acting on your emotions all the time, you're not much more sturdier than the waves of the ocean, right? You're going to go in different
Hmm.
directions all the time. So um, learning how to put emotions on the side and being in control over what you do, what you say, and those sort of things. Yeah.
I'm pretty much mind blown by the things that you're saying now. Like you have so much wisdom.
I
I
do my
mean,
best, but I'm
I
not
mean, I've
perfect either.
actually dropped by your stream like one time, but it really didn't stay long. But like now, it's
Hmm.
quite different when you just see the person on a phone. But when you actually get to talk to them more, like parang it's more
Right.
intimate and you get to know more about the person. That's why, guys,
Yeah.
it's also not nice to like. I mean, before I used to like judge a person by how they actually look. Like if I see them, they're like,
Hmm.
I don't like this girl. But then when you actually get to talk to them more and know their story, that's that that was a game changer for me. And I told myself to like to stop judging people with how they actually look or like when you see them for
Yeah,
the first time.
I agree. That's a good one. That's good. It's very good.
Mhm. Okay ka naman, Kuya Andre. You're doing good so
Yeah,
far.
oh, I'm totally fine. How about you?
Ako, nasa starstruck pa rin eh. Kinakalma ko pa rin sarili ko.
I seen in the comments a lot of people want you to sing. Do you have any song that you could sing for
Wag,
us?
wag na guys. Hiya ako nandun si Kuya Andre. Mamaya na lang pag-alis. Game ako.
Pag alas ako. Do you
Nahiya ako,
sing
Kuya Andre.
any worship songs?
Yeah, I do, but I'm too shy, Kuya Andre. Like
It's
siguro with
okay.
the rate of my kilikili, yung basa ng
Kili
kilikili
kili.
ni Kuya Andre. You know what's kilikili?
Isn't it that your throat? No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's
It's your
armpits, Kuya.
yeah, yeah, di ba?
Yeah. So it's like ano lang, like kanina wala pa eh. But now it's like I can feel like it's turning into a waterfall or like a mountain. So I'm that nervous right now talking to you.
Okay, so when you're nervous, you have waterfalls out of your kili kili, not your
Yeah,
hands. Your
Kuya.
hands don't get
Yeah,
sweaty.
that's like my number one rule: never to wear a gray shirt to like when I go to ABS or when I do auditions. Kasi diba kuya, like it leaves a stain. So that's like an audition tip for you guys if you want to audition for like commercials or stuff. And then you can take that down.
Put like paper towels or toilet paper,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Kuya,
just walk
nagawa
in
ko
there
na
like
yan.
that.
Remember the Christmas party sa PBB house? Were you
Yes, I
there?
remember. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kuya. Alam mo,
I
pumapasok
was
ako
there.
dun sa CR to put tissue. And may kilikili kasi kinakabahan ako. Kasi syempre, you guys are like PBB Ocho and everything. So yeah,
That's
that's what I
funny.
do,
Oh my!
guys,
I would.
before.
What, you should just jump in the pool.
Actually, that's it. I remember people were like throwing in people inside the pool.
Right.
So that was an excuse, definitely, for the the stain. That was
That's
technically a
funny.
blessing
Yeah,
and a
you're
curse at the
good.
same time. Kuya,
So,
mhm.
if you don't mind me asking, are you? What's your line of work now? Are you more towards auditioning for commercials, acting, modeling, rampway? What's your
uh,
focus?
I'm actually a college student right now. I'm enrolled at the university, so I take classes, and then at the same time, I work at night
Mm,
for Google, and then,
really?
but yeah, I'm planning to quit that job soon, but and then right after that, I might go for taping again.
Okay.
Hopefully, if
For
it pushes through because of like the Taal situation, the volcano warning
mhm.
level will change. Most probably,
Oh yeah.
that will push through. Kuya, I have
Hmm.
another $1 million question here for you.
Please throw it my way.
So, so they say that in life there has always been those two great experiences created by God. So the first one is actually when you were given birth to, and the second is knowing what your purpose is or why. Do
Mm.
you actually have anything so far in your mind? Like, do you actually have you found out that you what your purpose is in life right now?
Oh, that's a great question. I think personally that um, God reveals His purpose to you as you choose to follow Him, and and it's an everyday sort of thing. There's many ideas you may have what you want to do or what you think you should do, but it's not until you go by prayer and God puts these things on your heart that you really know what God's purpose is for you. One thing I personally can say is, without a doubt, I feel that I want to open up the Word of God and I want to share it with others. Any platform that I can use, because I believe that God put these platforms in my hands for a reason. I believe that would be a part of His purpose for my life. Going forward, I don't know where He's going to take me, but I know the direction, the general direction of where I want to go with Christ and what God puts in my heart. So I don't 100% know the exact details of everything about my purpose in life, but I know where He's taking me and what direction. And that's when I will continue to find out.
Mm. Guys, that's another note to take note of right now. Like I'm absorbing all of what Kuya Andre said. And like every time I talk to a new person, grabe talaga. Like I get to learn a lot of new things and like how deep the person
I'm
is.
glad to
Like
hear that.
so much
Yeah, for
wisdom.
sure.
Kuya, what's your top 5 moments in life? Like the best thing that you've experienced. Those
Top
top
five
five.
moments. Um, ooh, top five moments in life. Okay, just gonna the ones that come to the top of my head, not in any order, perhaps.
Yeah, go lang. Like, wala namang ano.
One, getting my car license at 17, my first car, being able to drive and get in the car and go wherever I want. Um, Moving to Japan, getting my own apartment and walking around in the city. Number three would be getting into PBB Big Brother. And I remember one with this is being on stage at the end of the show and having my dad run up on the stage and hug me. That would be three. Um, Going home to my family after being in the Philippines for 2 years and just being reunited with them at the airport. And uh, that time I went into like the forest in my backyard, in my house, and I was praying to God, and I just felt the Holy Spirit talk to me, basically speak to my heart, and basically I realized that God is no joke. God is real, and that's when I had that spiritual awakening. It was just me and the Lord in the forest. So those five.
Oh, so if I digested that correctly, you weren't really like as prayerful before compared to
Not
now.
like now. Not like now. No.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, okay. No, kasi nagulat ako.
Oh.
I was shocked about how you actually talk about him so much. So I was thinking, oh, this person might have been talking about the Bible or have been referring to the Bible so much before. Probably like when you were younger. Like I was thinking of it that way because you have so much wisdom about the
Uh,
Bible and like God's word. Pretty much shocked
I
about.
I grew up in a Christian household family,
Hmm.
but it wasn't. I grew up believing in Jesus, believing in God, but I didn't know who God was. I didn't really open up the Bible. I didn't try to dive into His Word and those things. But it wasn't only until about a year ago, or maybe a little bit more than a year. Yeah, about a year ago that had that awakening in my life. That's when I went back home to Hawaii. So that's when I started to read, surround myself with good company, and pray. And yeah, that's where I am now.
Oh. Maybe I should go to another country as well and try. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. One thing I really believe though is that if you change your surroundings, that's when God can speak to you the most. Take yourself out
Oh,
of your comfort zone in a different country, different area in the Philippines, moving out, anything really. Changing your surroundings will change your life.
it's actually like that's what you call like a detox period, right?
Can be, for sure. If you're really stressed how your life is now, you want to change things up,
Might try
catch that
that.
flight.
Take note of that.
It's a
What's
good
your
one.
anakuya? I have another. I mean, not me, but like, there's another question here. What's your comfort food?
Cheesecake.
Any specific flavor?
New York cheesecake.
Oh, okay. What about
with ice cream.
are you a coffee drinker? There's another question here about that.
Not really, but lately, yeah, because the schedule has been more up to speed, more on my schedule. I've been getting more into coffee lately. Before, not so much.
Okay, so another question here about coffee. It's really weird because it's about coffee. Do you like your coffee sweet or bitter taste?
I actually like it bitter. I don't put any sugar or cream, just black coffee. Black coffee.
What?
And the reason, which I at first I didn't like the taste, but I got used to it. I liked it, but I know it's healthier, just straight black coffee. And I remember reading into this this one lady before or seeing something. She was really old, but she looked really young. And one of her secrets was not drinking soda and drinking black coffee, a cup of black coffee a day. So it stuck.
I'm gonna try that as well. But the last time I actually tried drinking like pure black coffee, it was really bad. I cucked a lot, so I mean, I might try again to see if it actually worked for me. Because they said, because if you put like sugar and creamer, it decreases the purpose of like keeping you awake.
I think so. Yeah. If you have more sugar, you're going to be more awake. But I think maybe for me, health reasons, health wise, I think it's healthier just black.
Wait, what time is it there? I'm sorry. Am I keeping
Don't
you up?
worry, it's no, it's okay. It's 11:35 p.m.
11:35 p.m.
Yeah,
Really?
it's totally
Kuya, you might
fine.
want to go down na. It's okay na, so you can get your rest now. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Hala.
No, it's
Sorry, Kuya
totally fine.
Andre.
I usually sleep later, but I mean, I was looking forward to guesting on your show. If there's anything you wanted to talk about more, I'm okay. It's fine.
Wait,
But if
sorry. So,
you
yeah, go ahead.
have
Sorry for
other
cutting you off.
Oh, it's okay. If you have other plans, and I'm okay with
Hindi
hopping
naman, Kuya. I'm
off.
just
If
curious. So, like, actually, di ba, like, sometimes may mga activities here in the Philippines na pwede naman dyan lang on, like, online. So, you
yeah,
actually wake up. You're the one. You would wake up, like, really early for that? Or you stay up early?
yeah. If I can't change the schedule, if I can't get them to change the time, then and I have to more or less do it, then I will do it. Even though I don't like to, but it's okay.
Do you actually get annoyed? Or no naman?
Mm, if it's not like how it's supposed to be, and then there's like all things up in there, then maybe perhaps. But it's okay, and I understand that's how life is. I just go
Oh.
with the flow if I can, but yeah, I adjust to the situation. It's not every day. It's only once in a while, so it's okay.
How do you de-stress, Kuya Andre? Like, do you go to the beach or something? Do you drive?
Oh, you hit this. Yep, you're right. Um, I would say walking alone into somewhere with nature. I just feel all the stress evaporating off my body, my mind, my soul, and yes, the beach. Bodyboarding, hanging out with friends. I love the beach. That's my serenity time that I enjoy. How about you?
Ano, I eat a lot. Maybe that's why. That's my only option right now because before Kuya, when I was still studying, when I had face-to-face classes, I'm actually still awake at like around 3 a.m. I would walk around at BGC ng probably 4 or 3 a.m. carrying my laptop and my backpack. And then
Nice.
I would just grab like ice cream, and 7-Eleven, mga ganun lang. Cause I can't drive, so I don't have
Uh,
a vehicle, so I can't do that. And I'm scared to drive in Manila because like the people here are very
mhm.
undisciplined. So yeah,
Yikes.
I think
I understand.
I don't I still want to live. I'm still young, so I wouldn't
I
want to
still
risk
want to
that.
live. I had crazy culture shock when I first went to the Philippines with the traffic. I was in a small little car, first time in Philippines, and all I see is massive buses gonna like squeeze and squash me with little mopeds driving through it all, and no lanes. It was just scatter of cars. I was terrified and freaked out for a month in the Philippines. My first time.
Oh, so you were actually driving here, Kuya?
No, I had friends that were driving me, but I did drive later in the Philippines a couple times, and it's really what I noticed, like, pushing your way through. Like, you gotta, like, signal and turn and then, like, fight with the car, like, by inches, and if the car finally lets off, then you can go. I don't like to drive like that. I prefer lights and signals and all that stuff.
I have another question, Kuya Andre. Have you tried angkas here in the Philippines? Do you know what angkas
Oh,
is?
yeah.
Have you
I
tried?
love Ankas. Yeah, it's fast, cheap, and you get a cool ride to go through all that, and you get the hug kuya.
That's the. You know, it's actually pretty weird. Like when you're on the
Yeah.
angkas. The first time I actually tried that mode of transportation, I was having second thoughts on whether to
Mhm.
wrap the driver around the waist or
Mhm.
to just hold him by the shoulder because I tried
Yeah,
holding
yeah.
him by the shoulder. Nakaganito pa. So like, syempre, if the motorcycle tilts, parang
Yeah. It's
mapaforce ka
scary.
talaga to, ano. But yeah, you know what, Kuya Andre? I just want to share an experience here. It's really funny. Kasi I mean, I
Mhm.
don't know if you find it funny. Kasi, oh my gosh, baka may magre-report sa akin dito. May nangyari kasi before, Kuya, na wala naman siguro mag-aano, kinakabahan ako. You know how it's not allowed to, there are actually, there's an Angkas version 2.0 where it's just on like a group chat or Facebook. It's not really on the app. And you just try to contact a person. It's like a group, a Facebook group, and then you put your location and your destination. And then it has the same rates as the Angkas app,
Oh, okay.
but it's not registered. And then I actually tried that one because the Angkas app is like more expensive now. It's
Mhm.
weird. But I think it's because of the hazard pay. But anyways, ayun nga kuya, pinara kami ng MMDA. And then the driver, I mean the enforcer was asking us what was our relationship because you're not allowed to wrap around the person since it's like COVID season. So there has to be like a metal thing.
Oh, okay.
But we didn't have that. So like my arms were like around his waist and then the driver was I mean the MMDA was asking, what's your relationship with the driver? And then I was like, because if I told him I was a customer,
Yeah.
like a client, then he would actually he would actually get caught, and then he would have to pay 5,000 pesos. And then the driver said, "Girlfriend ko po yan." And so I was like,
Oh,
syempre,
so the
like,
driver said that,
yeah, the driver
not
said
you.
that. Yeah,
Oh,
not me.
man.
And then I was like,
Wow.
how many years na daw, ganon.
How many
Sabi
years?
ko, yeah. And then the enforcer was
What the
just
heck?
laughing also. The whole time. Because I feel like I don't know if he actually believed it or not, but he was
Bakit
just
hindi
laughing the
puwede
whole time.
sabihin tito ko? Tito ko 'to.
Ayun nga, Kuya Andre, tinanong ko din yun eh. Tapos like, when as I
No,
went
but
down, sabi ko, Kuya, ba't di mo na lang sinabi, ano, pamangkin or niece? And then he
pamangkin?
said, yeah,
Pumpkin?
pamangkin is niece. Tama ba? Am I
Oh,
right?
okay. Pamangkin, niece, okay.
Tas yun, Kuya Andre, yun yung nangyari. And then after that, never again did I ever risk of
Mhm.
writing the same thing because it was just awkward. And then he
Yeah,
sent me a
that would be
really
awkward.
long message, like he was just panicking. And that's the first thing that came into his mind na boyfriend and girlfriend. I was like, sige lang kuya, it's fine. Kasi
So
yun.
then the security asked how many years, and then ano sabi niya,
Yeah.
"Dalawang taon kami,
Sabi niya
malapit na
bago pa
magkasama."
lang. Bago niya lang, he
Ah.
said it this way, bago niya lang po ako sinagot. Tapos parang, she just answered me recently. So parang,
Oh my
okay.
goodness.
Yeah, so yeah, that was
Oh
one of
my
the funniest
goodness.
experience ever. Pag married ka
Wow.
na naman. Mm-hmm. Wait, what
At
else
least
ba
he
ba? Oh
didn't
my God.
say at least he didn't say asawa ko 'to. That'd be
Kaya nga
interestingly weird.
kuya eh. Kasi syempre pag sinabi niya asawa niya, edi what if hihingin yung ID ko? Tapos
Hmm.
yung
Yeah,
ID
true.
niya. So the closest thing daw talaga is the boyfriend and the girlfriend. So
You could
yeah.
say, "Isip niya ako yung jowa niya, pero totoo ay ako yung kaibigan niya po."
Wala pa po dun na stage, kuya. Dapat tinanong ko na lang.
Yeah. Or say it's complicated.
Ano yung ano? I was curious also, Kuya Andre. Like, what was your life before PBB? I didn't watch PBB kasi. Like, what
Oh,
were you
okay.
doing now?
I was trying to get more into commercial modeling, like commercials. So I was going to a lot of auditions for commercials, and I got into it in Japan a year before Philippines, before PBB. So when I was able to go to the Philippines, I wanted to go there to try to get into acting. I'm a half Filipino, so I wanted to connect to my roots at the same time, and I kind of just put my Hawaii life and plans on hold and went out to the Philippines after Japan and set up appointments with agencies, went into auditions, and by God's grace, I met the right people at the right time. And before I knew it, I was blessed to have an opportunity to audition for PBB right before the auditioning process was closing. So I got in there barely, and from there on, it was history. They chose me and went into the house. So before it was mainly like modeling and commercials, but yeah, that's what I was into beforehand. If you're asking even before that, I was a college student studying kinesiology, which is like body movements, muscle therapy for accidents and things like that. And um, that was my major, which I was kind of interested in, not fully. I just did it to have a major. But
Mhm.
after I started like getting more into Japanese um, and listening to Japanese, the music, their shows, I really had that uh, passion on my heart to try to learn a new language. And the way I wanted to use that new language was in cabin crew to be a cabin crew on the airlines for Hawaii. And if you speak Japanese, you get the job like that in Hawaii. So then that's when I applied for study abroad and took that leap of faith and went to a different country and lived there for a year. So that's when I say, like, when you change your surroundings, you're really going to change your whole life. Because my life was changed after that. So yeah,
Mm.
college student, got into commercial modeling and acting, and that was me before PPP.
Oh. So what's your dream collaboration, Kuya, if ever? Your dream collaboration and
Um,
what your job, like your dream job.
Dream job. Oh, I'd
Mm-hmm.
love to have like a acting movie role um, with like either for Netflix, something like where it's action and romance. I'm all about,
Mm-hmm.
you know, fighting, Avengers or whatever, fight, 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 and protect the girl, save her, or vice versa, or whatever.
Yeah.
But action romance. I'd love to do a role like that and work with some of my favorite actors. Dream big, you never know, right?
Yeah, that's true. Have you been auditioning there in the States, Kuya? Or it's not that easy naman.
Not really, because it's more stricter now because of COVID. I think now I really
Mm.
want to focus more on like workshops. I want to
Oh,
get
like
better
honing
at
your
acting
skills.
first. Yeah, because before I go out and audition a lot, I want to be able to put out quality content. But then again, I also believe that you should do the auditions whether it's for you or not, because you get experience. You put yourself in front of the camera, and then you get more comfortable doing it. But yeah, that's what's happening.
Oh my gosh, ang daming tumatakbo sa head ko every time Kuya Andre speaks, and then I forget my next question.
Let
This
me
is
ask you
fun.
some questions.
Oh yeah, what is
Um,
it, Kuya?
so, what is your dream or life goal to achieve in the future with a work or role, whatever you're doing now?
I think that are you talking about work? Like what's my dream work specifically?
Yeah.
I actually wanted to get into acting talaga, but at the same time, I want to graduate as a doctor. So I could use acting as my passion. I don't see it as work. But then later on, if I do graduate with if I do become a doctor, then I could use that pastime to do like free medical missions.
Wow.
So yeah, that's like my $1 million dream, which I'm not
Cool.
sure if I can achieve it, but I'm hoping that I will because I really want to help
Wow.
people.
Nice. That's good. Very good. Any specific doctor role?
I want to do pediatrics for kids, definitely.
Aw.
Talaga, that's my number one. I love kids so much, Kuya Andre. Kahit makukulit. As in super. Like they
Okay.
bring kind of different kind of joy, even though they can be annoying at sometimes.
Hmm.
What's
And
your okay? Go ahead, Kuya.
in this industry, what's some of the uh, biggest things you've learned, such as, or how did you overcome struggles so far that you've experienced?
Actually, Kuya, I wouldn't really say that I've overcome that yet, cause
Mm.
even on kumu, I get really nervous. And Mom April told me before now this should be like my practice ground for like
Yeah,
if ever I do get
it's
interviews.
she's
And
right.
like,
She's definitely right.
mm-hmm. And I told her, Miss April, I don't have any content in mind. And then he said, then make kumu again as your challenge to make content or like what you want to
Hmm.
say. Yeah,
Yeah,
big kudos to
for
her
sure.
though because she's really supportive. You know, she doesn't
Yeah.
just leave you out. And then I guess ano
Hmm.
kuya. Another thing is to overcome my shyness talaga because I
Hmm.
still struggle with it. And you know how like in if you're a part of like a series, like you get to participate in interviews as well. Because I've done one with
Hmm.
iFlix, and I was like
Hmm.
socially awkward the whole time. And it was a interview for Mix, and I said all I could hear in my brain was like, "Oh my god, I want this to end. I want this to end. I want this to end." Like that's it. And
Yeah,
then you could
no,
really
I've been in that
see.
position too.
Mm-hmm. And then sila Miss Kat, they were telling me stuff. Tamara, magano ka, ganito, ganyan. Like they were messaging me the whole time because they know I'm really nervous. And then like, well, I mean, I don't mean to disrespect like the host during that time, pero like the whole time I was messaging Miss Kath na parang Miss Kath, kinakabahan talaga ako. And yeah, so like to overcome my shyness talaga and to face the camera with kapal mukha and all the strength, you know.
Yeah, how long have you been doing Kumu?
Uh, it's just my fourth month, kuya. And I
Fourth
didn't
month.
really, yeah, I didn't really stream straight before because I had struggles with myself, like the past month, because I'm really shy. I actually voiced it out to Miss April na nahihiya ako. Sabi niya, tanggalin
Hmm.
mo na yung hiya mo, iba yung industry ang to. Like, she was motivating me talaga.
Hmm.
So, yeah. And of
Yeah,
course, like
at,
the,
go
go
ahead, go
kuya,
ahead.
sorry for cutting you off. Go.
Notification really quick, my bad. Okay. Sorry, you were gonna say?
No, you go ahead, kuya. Nakalimutan ko na naman yung
Oh,
sasabihin ko.
so at the April is right. She is very supportive, and friends are calling. No, I'm in a show. Sorry, bro. Okay. Um, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, kuya. No.
Sorry, Thay, if you don't mind, I'm gonna message my friend, say I'm busy, and then get right back here.
Okay, kuya. Guys, kinakabahan talaga ako kay Kuya Andre. Ang bait niya pala. Kasi never ko siyang nakausap in person. 'Di ba? Like, I learned so much from him. Yung kilikili ko, guys, iba na yung level. Siguro, number one kanina, ano lang, parang mga, oh my gosh, ayan na. Nahiya talaga
Okay.
ako.
It's okay. It's totally fine. Um, so I was saying at the April, she is very encouraging, and she's right what she told you. This platform is really good for getting out of that comfort zone and getting used to being in front of the camera, hosting, and having guests and viewers like in the comment section supporting. I'm a big fan of this platform actually, and I believe it's helped me a lot being in front of the camera, being more confident. And I think you're in the right track. You're making your own content. So if you're worried about like being nervous and all those things, I think you're going the right direction. And the way you've been handling it so far, I can't really tell that you're nervous. You're smoother. You're smooth with what you're doing. So you look good. Don't worry about it.
Keeping my fingers crossed, kuya. But with the level of the basa and the kilikili, I think no, I'm just kidding.
The killer killer.
Um,
You talk about the killer killer. That's funny.
yeah, that's like my joke here all the time on my stream. Like every time I stream talaga Kuya Andre, I don't know why. I try to stop it, pero hindi talaga eh. That's like the chemical reaction in my body, so that's something that I can't really control.
That's
But yeah,
it's a unique joke. Keep going. Find your
I would
jokes that
be.
make
That's
you
something that I want to
comfortable.
be known as for the girl with the level of the kilikili. That depends on the level of the kilikili, kung how nervous she is or not.
For
Anyways, guys,
me,
I'm just joking.
my go-to joke was balut. When I was nervous, like what your I think your joke is kili kili. Mine was balut, and I would always say, "Kumain tayo ng balut. Tayo minsan lang ang buhay." And I would always throw that out there when I'm nervous as my joke.
Ganda din ng ano, balot din. Very ano. Do you like balot ba kuya or no?
No, but I will eat it if I have to.
Oh, I never tried. I don't think I can
You've never
eat a
tried?
chick.
There's
No.
content. That's content for you on this show. You can eat bullet.
I think I feel bad. I tried eating it once and I teared up because I felt bad for the chick that was
Yeah,
there. So
you should eat it at nighttime when there's no lights. That way you don't see the chicky.
nah, I still wouldn't. I don't think I'd ever try in my whole entire life. I really feel bad for the manok and the all the other
Oh, okay.
animals.
Then in that case, don't do it. Don't
Yeah.
do it. I know
Anyways,
there's a lot of
kuya.
crazy food.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
Kuya, you might be sleepy now because what time na ba dyan? Wala akong clock dito eh. But,
Yeah, I'll catch some rest, but I really enjoyed
mhm.
myself on your show. Thank you for inviting me and keep up the good work. Stay motivated. You're going in the right direction and never stop praying. God
Thank you,
bless you.
Kuya. God bless you, Andre. Thank you for confirming.
Yeah, comment section. Don't forget the picture. Let's take a picture.
Oh, wait. Okay, okay. Sige, wait lang. Oh my God. Wait lang. Wait, I'll take a picture through my phone.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, ang lag. Wait lang, Kuya Andrea. Wait lang. I'll use my other phone na lang.
Did you get
Naglalag
it?
talaga siya. Not yet. Wait, sorry. One, two, three. Thank you, Kuya Andre. God
Yeah.
bless. And
Take
good luck with
care.
your life there in Hawaii. Bye,
Thank you.
Kuya. Thank you. Oh my gosh, guys. Kinabahan talaga